we're alive. So just keep talking.
My daughter and I are about to start that Netflix one, the zombie in the school, whatever.
The Korean one.
Yeah, we're huge fans of Train to Busan, and that what kind of the vibe I got off of it. So
I've got one season left to Cobra Kai, and it's just now exactly where I predicted it would be. From season one, it had to happen. I don't want to give spoilers away, but that's absolutely what they were leading to. It had to, which is great, and it's fantastic that Elizabeth Shue is the one that brought them kind of together. God, Kyle, have you even seen the Karate Kid?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
All right.
It's been years, but I've seen them.
No, I gladly rewatched it before I started Cobra Kai.
That's probably the best way to go.
I should have watched 2 and 3 because they do talk about both of those, but he even goes to Japan at one point.
Did Hillary Swank show up yet?
No.
She better not. She better not.
I was like, that's the worst one.
There are rumors.
They can't do Jaden because Jackie Chan is an actual person in that world because they actually bring up Jackie Chan, so they can't do they can't do the new Karate Kid because they've already mentioned Jackie Chan's a real person.
Well, I haven't watched the new Karate Kid. Isn't it the same character names?
I don't think so.
They completely
no?
He's not the same descent as Mr. Miyagi was.
No, okay. And the kid's name isn't
Daniel. So
no,
okay,
I don't believe it is.
Let's see, the 2010 version I think is one we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that the Smiths actually produced that and they made him audition?
Yep, and Will Smith is the producer of Cobra Kai.
Oh, is he?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
So Jaden Smith plays Dre Parker. And then Jackie Chan is Mr. Han.
That's
Mr.
Who is a DJ for Linkin Park.
No connection there.
Oh, there's an alternate ending that's got a huge paragraph to that movie. Jesus.
Oh.
I've never seen that version.
Yeah, neither have I.
To be perfect honest.
It's not terrible.
No. All right, I'm going to go into the countdown, and then we'll start the program with this shot. All right, here we go. So, I don't know why Kyle's there.
Hey, what is up, everyone? My name is Kyle, and welcome to Atomic Geekdom. With me, as always, is Dave. Dave, how you doing tonight?
I'm fine.
Fine. And joining us tonight...
I don't like this at all.
And joining us tonight is Tom. Tom, how you doing?
Hey, how about it, people?
Take over.
Oh, keep going.
Oh man, I don't have show notes, so I can't.
I don't have notes either.
You have your mind is your notes.
Do I? Let's see. I switched that. I don't know if it switches for everybody, but
it did.
while you did that, I was able to tweet, so that's fine.
You're welcome.
Yes, we are live on the Twitch, the YouTube, and the Facebook. So if you are joining us, please say hello in the chat. If you're not joining us, what the hell? What's wrong with you? Get in the 21st century. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Facebook, at Atomic Geekdom. On all of those, follow, like, and subscribe. You'll be notified the instant we go live, and you don't have to worry about missing a tweet or a Facebook posting or any of that garbage. You'll be notified as soon as we go live, like right meow. And you can chat with us during the show on all 3 platforms, whatever you're watching us on. Speaking of, I need to go to my Twitch and post this channel. So, Kyle, how you been this week?
I've been good. It's been a long work week, but I thought yesterday was Friday and I was excited. And then I woke up this morning and I was sad.
That's the worst feeling on the planet.
Yeah, but it's the weekend, so you know what that means. Video games all weekend long. Gonna beat Halo.
Which one?
Infinite. The newest one.
The newest one. All right. Tom, what have you been up to?
Well, I just got off a cruise on Monday. Woohoo! I hate being back to the real world. I miss my waiter. I miss my balcony. I miss my 15 drinks a day. It sucks.
First world problems.
Real world
You
sucks.
miss your waiter.
I do,
My
man.
God.
How was their personality?
Dude, I'll tell you what, Carnival hires the right people, man. They're always personal with you. They remember you, and it's really cool.
Perfect.
We're already ready. We're already about to book another one. I mean, that's what we like to do.
There's some emo cruise I'm looking at. I might go to that. Some emo tour cruise. But if that's real, I'll definitely hop on board that for my first.
I'll go
cruise.
on the Jericho's cruise, the cruise of Jericho.
Oh, I would definitely do the Jericho cruise. Absolutely.
Yeah. There was one year we were trying to do it. We were going to make it happen.
Yeah.
The cruise of Jericho. Yeah. All right. Well, there's a lot to talk about, so we're gonna get into it. A few things we're gonna touch on today. At the end of the show, we're gonna talk about the Book of Boba Fett season 1 series, maybe wrapped this week. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about if we think it's over, one and done. We're also gonna talk a little bit about the Peacemaker. We're through episode 7. I think there's 1 episode left. So the finale is next week. You can only watch the opening credits one more time for a new episode. I'll admit it right now. I skip the opening credits every single time.
Okay, I had to watch them the first couple times, and then I was like, all right, let's speed it along. As much as I like it.
Exactly. I ain't got time for credits that last 30 minutes. This is 2022. It should just be like Lost, where it's just a word. We move on.
Cowboy Bebop and Peacemaker are two titles.
No, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's not those two. There's other ones.
No. I mean, those are the ones I don't go through.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that's the thing of the past.
Skip intro button is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing of the past when they would do the credit scene with like each character. Like Buffy did it, the OC would have it, like just off the top of the dome. Like you'd get a card and a video of each character that of the cast, and it's kind of like of the main 5 of cast members or whatever. And then there's a theme song, and it's either like a popular song or a song created for the show that would become a popular song. Like the band Nerf Herder did the Buffy the Vampire Slayer theme song. There's nothing wrong about any of it. The song is great. The band name is great. Nerf Herder, come on, man. And we got to see some nerfs on the Book of Boba Fett. There was a nerf in the last episode, not the most recent one. The Mandalorian jumps on one of their heads, or Yoda does, or Baby Yoda does. I can't remember. One of the two. Maybe Luke did. It might have been Luke. Yeah, it's the big buffalo bison looking thing that's on that planet. He jumped on his head.
I think it was.
Then Luke. It came up out of water. Yeah, it's Luke. Kyle, you look very confused.
Okay, no, because I didn't know what you were talking about.
A nerf herder.
No, I like
a nerf, and then there's a person that herds the nerf. That's called the nerf herder. Yeah.
I there's so much in Star Wars that I'm like, oh yeah, I know, and then you get a trivia question like, what's a nerf? And you're like,
a football.
Yeah,
that's the funny thing is there's that movie Fanboys. There's the movie Fanboys, and they get asked trivia questions, and they're like all really easy. Like, and if you're talking to fanboys, like, what planet is Chewbacca and the Wookiees from? Like, come on, Tom.
What is it? Would be and spell that planet.
I'm gonna pass to Kyle. He threw me off when he said spell it. I was like, wait a minute.
KASHYYYK.
I wasn't aware there'd be a quiz tonight.
Chewbacca might be the easiest Wookiee to spell their name because it's spelled Christensen.
It's true.
KRRASTAN.
No, I don't think there's an A.
I don't think there's enough letters there.
Chrysanthemum.
Christy.
Could you use it in a sentence?
Chrysanthemum. KRRSANTAN. You forgot the N before the T.
Thank you. I will take my award now.
Who is Chrysanthemum? Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. So spoilers at the end of the show. We'll talk about the Book of Boba Fett. We'll talk a little about the Peacemaker. We're gonna talk about the Jurassic World Dominion trailer that dropped before the Super Bowl. We're gonna discuss that. We're gonna talk a little bit about Obi-Wan because they did announce a release date for that. We're gonna talk about some Netflix movies that they announced, and the new Jordan Peele movie, which got a 30-second trailer, which got maybe 10 seconds of actual footage from the new movie, which is a great tease because the poster is the real tease. You'll have to Google it if you're listening to the podcast, but if you're watching, I'll show you a picture of the poster while we're talking. The poster kind of tells you what's going on. It's a cloud that has a kite feather hanging off of it. The movie's called Nope.
Nope.
So his first two movies were called what?
Get Out and Us.
Yeah. So I love that he's a man of a few words. Let's just say.
Very, very deep in his movie titles.
First thing we're going to talk about, though, is the thing that we're all waiting for. If you're a geek, if you don't like sports, or if you don't care about sports, and that's the commercials during the Super Bowl. And for us, that means movie trailers. Now, the best experience of watching a Super Bowl that had my team not in it was the year that Cloverfield Paradox aired a commercial during the Super Bowl saying the movie was coming out as soon as the Super Bowl ended.
Yep.
What? It's the first we heard of this freaking movie, and it's coming out in less than 2 hours. Like, dude, that was amazing, and I still love that movie. I think it was a great addition to the Cloverfield so far trilogy. Hopefully we'll get more Cloverfield stuff, but that remains to be seen. So things we're expected to get, and this is according to GameSpot.com. The Rings of Power, which is the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series.
Yep.
That's getting it's getting a Super Bowl trailer. We're going to talk about this in a little bit, but Black Adam is supposed to have a Super Bowl spot. Confirmed by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's actually going to be at the game. The Lost City, which is like a very 80s style rom-com action movie. It's kind of like Romancing the Stone, or that's what it made me think of at first, is Romancing the Stone, but it's with what's her name? Daniel Radcliffe, Sandra Bullock, and Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum plays like a book cover, romance book novel cover guy, and he thinks he can be an action, like a real hero. It's actually looks pretty funny.
But the preview they've already released has already got somebody else in it that they didn't even mention. It was like, what?
Which is like the real, like
Bradley Pitt.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the trailer I saw. When I saw,
yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
This is the year of the Channing. I think he's got like 2 or 3 movies coming out this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dog.
Yeah, that dog
Gambit,
movie. The dog movie, which I think they changed the plot of recently with reshoots, because the first few trailers, did it make you feel like he knew this dog?
A little bit.
No.
Yeah.
The first trailers, I thought he had just met this dog. In this latest trailer I saw, he worked with the dude who owned the dog in the military.
Okay, yeah.
That I didn't get from the first few trailers, that he knew the guy who died.
So yeah, the first one, it was like a strange dog, and now all of a sudden he should have known the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they did some reshoots. Maybe it didn't test well, and they needed to make that change. Who knows? But yeah. So Jurassic World Dominion. We're going to talk about the trailer drop, but I guess they're getting another one, or maybe we just got this one. I don't know.
It's probably just going to be like a quick 30 seconds, and then go see the full trailer online.
Probably.
Of a new one or the old one?
No.
This is as of.
No, I don't think we're going to get another trailer. It's going to be like a 30-second.
Yeah, this article is as of yesterday, February 10th at 11 Central AM. So yeah, the trailer hadn't been released, so maybe that's what this is.
Yeah.
So they released it early. Nope. Hopefully we'll get the full trailer, not just this, but we'll have to see. It features Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, and very much in the daylight and not without a head is Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. No confirmation here. But Disney usually has a couple ads running through the Super Bowl, so there's a chance this is their next movie.
Yeah, I had read this one. That one will be, and there's going to be a lot more than you saw in the first one.
Okay.
There's also big rumors that we're going to see Captain Carter and
right. That's what I meant. Yeah, more than
who
you thought.
Who test screened for Captain America? Why can't I think of his name right now?
I read Krasinski.
Who?
Yes,
Krasinski tested. Yeah.
And like he's going to be a variant of Captain America. I hope not.
The next Disney Plus Marvel / Star Wars series, Moon Knight, might get a trailer, or we'll just see the same trailer we've seen before. I mean, it's the next series we're gonna get that's MCU or Star Wars related. There's nothing in between now and March 30th that I'm aware of. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think we have to. I think
Have to.
I think
something.
I think with the fact that we got that poster, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, I think the poster and the release date, you're gonna have to get something, even if it's just a little 30-second spot.
Right. Either another trailer for it or a rehashing of the trailer that released at the Game Awards, Sonic 2. Which I'm excited for. I love Sonic. Stranger Things, I imagine, might have a new trailer, or a trailer.
It's quite possible because they've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, the only trailer,
first trailer,
back in November. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one they have on here is Minions: The Rise of Gru. So that's what they're projecting, and some confirmed. But again, yeah, it's been it's been a while since we've had new Stranger Things. Yeah, okay. So let's kick it off with the Obi-Wan Kenobi news. It will be released on the anniversary of what, Tom? Tom doesn't know. Kyle?
I don't think I saw the date.
Oh,
so I don't
May
know.
25th.
Which is the anniversary of what, Kyle?
It is the 45th anniversary of Star Wars, or Star Wars:
A New Hope. Yep. It will have 6 episodes, so I'm imagining 6 weeks of pure awesomeness and me waking up at 2 a.m. or staying awake till 3 a.m. One of the two, which I did for all of Book of Boba Fett, and I'm still alive. For now.
Rough.
I usually do pretty well with it. But yeah, anyway. That's just me. Kyle, what are you wearing?
I am wearing a Christmas present. It is
stand up and show the class.
The first Avengers.
It's like those shirts you used to see in the 90s of like Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, they've got it's also on the back.
Notorious B.I.G.
Yep. So, it was fitting for what we're doing.
No, I think my Jedi shirt is fitting for what we're doing today. I know it's not. I know it's not, and it's whatever Ohio State shirt Tom is wearing underneath his hoodie.
It's always fitting, bro. It's always.
Back to Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, which allegedly is going to be about Obi-Wan watching over Luke Skywalker on Tatooine 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and takes the character on a quote-unquote rollicking adventure.
Rollicking.
That is the tagline. Rollicking adventure. I do have a feeling we're gonna leave Tatooine at some point. Maybe for an episode or two. Where we go, nobody knows. Spin the wheel and let's see. No. Confirmed starring names. And these are the confirmed characters they will be playing. Ewan McGregor returning as Obi-Wan Kenobi, who survived Order 66 and lives in exile on Tatooine. McGregor was excited to play a version of the character closer to Alec Guinness's portrayal from the original Star Wars trilogy than his own younger version. So we're going to see his Alec Guinness Obi-Wan Kenobi. That'll be cool. Hayden Christensen returns to Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. We will see him as Anakin, I'm guessing as flashbacks, and maybe Obi-Wan nightmares, maybe as Force visions. Who knows? But I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a scene that was cut from the Clone Wars, as we saw this year with Book of Boba Fett. Knowing Dave Filoni as we do, I think he's going to squeeze that nugget in there, and why not? It's a good scene.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing what would come. I also feel. Well, let me get through the rest of these. Joel Edgerton and Bonnie Piesse, Owen and Beru, Luke's aunt and uncle. Which is that true? No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, that they are. Yeah. They're the moisture farmers on Tatooine who meet a grisly death in A New Hope, and nobody mourns them harder than Luke for all of 15 minutes. Also, a lot of names, and I'm going to butcher a lot of these, so I'm very sorry to these people. But hey, you're on a Star Wars show. You're better than me. Moses Ingram, Kumail Nanjiani, one of my favorite comedian, Indira Varma, Rupert Friend, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Blade himself. Right? O'Shea Jackson Jr. was the new Blade, wasn't he?
The TV
For
show one, I
for
think.
the TV show? Yeah. Could have sworn. Let me just double check. Oh, he was in Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Was he?
He played. Oh, all right. He plays Barnes, the leader of the G team.
The G
I
team.
don't
Is
remember
that
that.
for
No,
is that for Godzilla team?
Oh, he must have
don't
been
know.
on. He must have been on one of the.
He was not
thingies.
Blade. That's not the guy I'm thinking of.
Oh,
But he was in Long Shot, which I saw, which was good. You did play Ice Cube though in Straight Outta Compton. He's a fan of professional
That's
wrestling.
actually Ice Cube's son.
Yes, he's the oldest son.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He's going to be in the Obi-Wan show.
Looks just like him.
Yeah, he does. Sung Kang, Simone Kessel, Benny Safety, Maya Erskine, and Rory Ross, all in roles that have yet to be undisclosed. And let's start taking bets right now. Are we going to see Obi-Wan working how to commune with Qui-Gon Jinn and become a Force ghost later in life/death?
Yes.
As was teased by Yoda at the end of this movie.
I would not be surprised if if there's a Force
there has
like,
been rumors of Liam Neeson being near their set. That's what I heard.
Very good.
There you go. Any other predictions / hopes for this 6-episode epic telling of Obi-Wan's life?
A Grand Inquisitor and a helmetless clone.
Which clone?
Cody.
Commander Cody.
A lot of people would want Rex, but I think Cody is the.
I think it has to be Cody. That's his trooper, right?
But that's asking a lot, honestly. For Cody. But again, in Book of Boba Fett, those were practical suits for the clones.
So I'm going to share with my friends here the thing we all want to see. There it is. Let me get rid of this banner here. Obi-Wan Kenobi poster. Now, if you zoom in close enough,
you see Jesus.
You can see written in the sand, "I have the higher ground, Anakin." No. If you zoom in close enough, you can see in his hand he's holding a hot dog. No. I love this. Everyone's examining the poster, trying to find hidden messages and stuff like that. And
when you look close enough, it's these cylinders, the little things of water that they dug up in Book of Fett. You can see them. There's like 8 of them.
If you look close enough, in 8, we all know what happens when there's 8 of anything and start. No, in the clouds you can see Simba from the Lion King. No, but actually, if you do
that sand looks very harvested. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah,
he's got a lightsaber right there.
And it's not his. Lightsaber.
How can you tell?
The design. It's not. It doesn't have that round end, or the emitter is not round. It looks a lot. It looks a lot.
Listen to this nerd, Tom.
Look at that! Oh wow!
Yes.
Wow!
What a nerd!
What in the world? It didn't look rounded enough. There's not enough cylinders and orbs.
This began filming in May of last year in Los Angeles, and now it's premiering over a year later. 6 episodes, 1 year. Dude, they filmed 27 episodes of the OC, filmed and shown in less than a year.
You don't want to rush it.
Well, I mean, yes, that's true. That's true.
I'm sure things have now changed because of COVID.
Do you know Beru's actual maiden name without looking it up? Now that's a real trivia question.
Wow.
I don't know.
He's about to bust it out.
Watch. I think
the only reason I'm asking, it was never said. It was never said. If it was said, it's in a novel. If it was said, it's in a novel or like a comic book.
It had to be.
Because I thought because they were married in episode 2 at that time. I think. Or is his
This
girlfriend?
is his wife. Pretty sure it says this was his wife.
I'm gonna go with Marge. Just sounds
Bo-
right.
And technically, it's his step aunt and step uncle.
Right.
That's what I was thinking of.
Right.
It's Bo, Aunt
Nope.
Beru Christensen.
No, it's White Sun. Baru White Sun.
What?
White, the color white, S-U-N. White Sun.
We need to change that right away.
All right, closing this conversation. Also, the show is being run by Deborah Chow, a veteran of our Disney Plus Mandalorian series.
Mhm.
Is Favreau attached to this at all, or is he
He's
just
a
strictly?
producer. I'm sure he's a
Alright.
producer.
It
doesn't show him.
Favreau, I trust. So
Actually, it doesn't show his name on here at all. Ewan McGregor is a producer though.
Mhm.
Ewan. But you have to imagine. I mean, like he was given some input or asked for input. Who knows? Maybe it's all Deborah Chow. I mean,
Yeah.
what? Hang on, let me find out. I want to see what episode she did. So she did the Sin and the Reckoning from season 1. The Sin whatever. I can't whatever. She did 2 episodes in season 1, so season 1 was great. So there you go. All right, let's talk a little bit about this thing that released that I just found about it before we went live. I'm gonna play it now. Kyle or Tom, if you've never seen it, you'll have to look it up after for the audio, because Facebook I think will take it down if I play the audio. So I'm gonna play it while we talk about it. And there it is. So it's a DC compilation thing. It's basically showing what's coming up this year.
I saw it earlier.
Okay, cool. So it's got the Batman, it's got Black Atom with The Rock, and the Flash. And we got a couple different looks at Flash costumes and things that we haven't seen before. Oh yeah, and Aquaman. Sorry, I forgot about the Aquaman thing. But yeah, you got to hear Michael Keaton's voice in this clip where he talks about why would you want to save this universe? Who are these 2 people? Who are those 2 people?
No idea.
So the guy was Atom Smasher, and the female was Cyclone.
Okay, so they're
members of the
for
JSA.
Black Adam. They're for Black Adam. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. That's all I wanted was what movie they were in.
I didn't know who they were yet.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
surprise.
I know the JSA was in the Black Adam movie. I just didn't. Yeah, because in this trailer we're getting a lot of Batman footage. There's Hawkman.
Oh man.
And then oh god,
Dr.
Fate.
Dr. Fate. Pierce Brosnan. Yes, I own it. Yes.
I need a new pair of pants.
What?
Right
that's
there.
what who are the kids? Who are the ones behind him? What is this?
Okay, so
hang on. I gotta pause it. We're gonna go back. Sorry for those that are listening to the podcast. This is why you need to join us live. There you go. So you got Grant Gustin right? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, I wish.
You got Ezra Miller front and center.
He is rumored to be in this movie.
You got Ezra Miller front and center, who's wearing a more traditional Flash costume. I think it's a little shiny though.
Why does the one look like? Why does it look like Jimmy Kimmel? It's like, who is this guy?
The one on the right is our Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new Supergirl.
Okay.
Sasha
All right.
Collins.
I'll look it up in a second.
Sasha something.
And then go ahead and tell them who the one on the left is.
So the one on the left is a alternate version of Barry Allen, but he's wearing the suit of Batman, like Michael Keaton's Batman, with the Flash symbol painted over it and painted red.
All right.
That's all.
How do you know that? How do you know that for sure?
They're.
I wrote it.
I wrote
I just need you to
journal.
back it up. I need you to back up your sources.
The director tweeted it out. There was a picture one time, I forget when, of this exact Flash suit that the alternate Barry is wearing.
This Supergirl looks little. I mean, she is like clearly much shorter than either of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably the same height as Melissa Benoist. She's not.
Oh yeah, I'm okay with it. But she just looks like a little, literally super little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, the Flash stars Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, and also an alternate version of Barry Allen right there.
I just see this alternate Barry Allen going, whoa. I don't know why. It just sounds like
I don't
it.
either. I don't know why you do
Jimmy
either.
Kimmel, Keanu.
It's Joey Lawrence. Whoa.
Billy Crudup has been replaced by Ron Livingston to play Henry Allen, which is fine. I love Ron Livingston from Office Space and Band of Brothers. Very good actor. Michael Keaton returning as Bruce Wayne / Batman. And they're completely ignoring Batman Forever and Batman Robin even existing. It's just Batman and Batman Returns. Forget the rest because they don't matter. I am happy with that choice.
So there will be no nipples on a suit.
No, there shouldn't be either. Kirstie Clemens returns as Iris West. Returns or makes her first appearance, however you want to look at it. Depending on which version of the Justice League you follow as canon.
True.
It's the Justice League that is canon, not the Snyder Justice League. Let's be real.
Moving on.
You can debate it all you want. That's the truth. Those are the facts. Whatever you want to be true doesn't matter. Fans, stop writing your petitions. It's over. It's over. All right.
It's never over. There's dozens of us. Dozens.
Anche True and Michael Shannon return as Fiora I, and General Zod, respectively. So we're gonna get different versions or a flashback. He's gonna go back in time. Sasha Calle is Supergirl. She is the first Latina actress to portray Supergirl. So dope. That's pretty dope. And then Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne Batman, the original version of Wayne from Alan's timeline and a member of the Justice League. Director Andy Muschietti said the character has a substantial emotional impact on the film, though his relationship with Barry Allen in part because their mothers were both murdered, but his isn't named Martha. Affleck said his scenes in the film were his favorite as the character and a nice finish for his time as Batman. Puts a nice little bow on his run as Batman because he's not coming back, kids. Sorry, it's over. Time to move on.
It makes a lot of sense because in the Justice League, as you called it, I believe Barry had a connection because he needed friends, and Bruce was like the first, as if he was his friend, and that makes sense.
Right, and in the Snyder version, he was more of a mentor. It seemed like to me, which is fine. I mean, I think Wonder Woman kind of played that for Cyborg too. But also in roles either announced or unannounced is Maribel Verdú, who plays Nora Allen, Sayors, Monica Jackson, Rudy Mancuso, Luke Brandonfield, and Boba Fett have been cast in undisclosed roles. Tamura Morrison is in this movie. So yeah, I'm excited.
So Aquaman's dad is gonna be in this movie.
What?
That is well played, Kyle. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
He was Aquaman's dad.
Maybe he'll be wearing a mask of some kind. He does wear helmets a lot.
He does.
We all wear masks.
He has been cloned quite a few times.
No, his dad was cloned.
This armor belonged to
his dad was played by Tamura Morrison.
Yes.
Don't you mean your donor?
Oh my. I'm excited for this movie for one reason and one reason only. The director. I trust this director. Well, I'm excited for the possibility of this being a DCEU reset. I don't think that's confirmed yet. I mean, it's likely, of course, but I'm excited for it because of the director. I trust Andy Muschietti. I loved his version of it. And I think he'll do a good job. And the whole thing of there being 2 Batmans, 2 Flashes, and whatever else we're gonna get in this might have the DC fan, the Marvel fans screaming, "Oh, they're just ripping off what Marvel's doing." But I mean, this was announced a while ago before it was revealed that they were doing 3 Spider-Man in one movie. So, and that shouldn't matter. That should be a positive, you know. We got 3 Spider-Men in one movie. We lived to see that happen. We're gonna live to see 2 Batmen existing in the same movie. Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, for God's sake. Like, if you could throw in somehow better Batman. I don't see that happening. I think the DC takes either. I think the DC universe takes better care of their universe paradoxes. So I don't think you can do that. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's not a time paradox.
I mean, this is supposedly this movie's based on Flashpoint Paradox. So you know how
I think it's inspired by it.
Yeah.
But he does. Michael Keaton. You hear Michael Keaton saying, "Why would you want to save this universe?" So I'm assuming he's saying it about that a pretty shitty universe that Batman is in. Who knows what happens after Batman returns in a shared universe of superheroes?
Yeah.
But we'll find out on November 4th. So yeah, all right. That's enough of that. That's a cool little package. You haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It's what is it called? Something about heroes.
We Need Heroes.
Yeah.
We need heroes. Yeah.
Well,
The
I
world
like
needs-
getting
the
to
world
see a
needs
little bit.
heroes.
I like getting to see more of the Black Adam stuff right there. So
Yeah, and you're like we said, you're gonna get that full trailer on Sunday. And if you can't watch the game, that's perfectly fine. You'll see it on it'll be on YouTube minutes after it's on.
Yeah. I'm
the commercial.
really
I mean,
only watching the game for the commercials.
I'll watch it to watch hopefully the Rams lose because I'd like to see somebody else win it besides a big market team. Even though I really am not a fan of the behavior of the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback, but he did rock a nice Rock cosplay.
What do you mean his behavior?
He's a D-bag.
Oh, stop. Joe is a treasure.
He's a D-bag. Come on. It's any egotistical quarterback. Just like everybody thinks Aaron Rodgers is a D-bag.
Well, kind of is. I mean,
even before his COVID shenanigans.
He's accepting his MVP award, talking like kind of hinting toward another team. Good job, buddy.
For real? What?
It was all his whole talk was like hinting about going out of town, and it was like wow. And he looked like it didn't even look like an NFL honors thing. It looked like he was at the AVN awards or something. With
I'm gonna have to look that up.
His crazy hair going on. He's single again weird. Now. So hey, he's
what? That their relationship's over already?
Yeah, I thought I read that the other day that they called it quits because he's the controlling one. Days of Our Lives, Green Bay edition.
And gone through so many celebrity girlfriends. Like, what the hell? That can't be real. Are you kidding me? No. As far as I see here, they're still engaged.
Okay.
I had to look because that was such a big deal.
Didn't see her all season, did you?
Well, no, you usually don't see him with his girlfriend during the season, though.
Right.
I think you're just jealous.
Of what? Aaron?
Yeah. Oh, 13 hours ago. Let's see. Hang on. Is there any truth? This is such a stupid thing to detour our show on. Is there any truth? This is Sports Keto, which isn't a really great source, but is there any truth to Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley's breakup rumors? Their relationship status shows no signs of slowing down.
Because
it's been rumored.
Because it's been on fire.
Wait, okay. The couple were engaged, reportedly called off their wedding due to the star quarterback's jealousy of her male friends. It has also been rumored that his refusal to retire from the NFL has caused a rip between the two. Despite winning his second consecutive MVP, the Packers quarterback is dealing with several outfield issues. Vaccination, various tabloids are reporting that they broke up. None of this sounds realistic, but enjoy reading these excerpts because this is absolutely incredible material. We'll talk about this later. We'll read this later because they're really long, but I want to find out. Anyway, let's talk about the Nope trailer real quick. I'm going to pop it up on the stream here for those of you to see. If you want to watch it with sound, obviously it's on YouTube, but you're not getting much, so don't worry. We're just recapping Jordan Peele's other movies like Get Out and Us. Sorry, Kyle, there are no spoilers. This is all trailer stuff.
That's fine.
I love both these movies, but here's our footage from the new movie coming up here in a second.
I like Get Out much better than Us.
Yeah, I did too. I was really look at that. I was really hopeful for Us, but it kind of was a little predictable. But yeah, Nope.
Oh, wow.
Just 3 clips. Boom, boom, boom. July 22nd.
Glenn rocking a cowboy hat. Love it.
Looks like he's working at a car dealership
That's
or something.
what it looked like to me, yeah. Or a rodeo. I don't know. But he's got a mic on. He's got a mic on. So.
Yeah,
he's got a little lapel, like a little lapel mic. Yeah, he could be at a rodeo or some kind of auction or something.
He's got a full-on Garth Brooks mic.
That big old hat. And then he's got the bolo tie, of course. Oh, Steven, we love you. Yeah.
Hey,
so,
when's Invincible season 2 coming out, Steven?
what does he got to do with it? He's just a voice. He doesn't control
I
it.
know, but I want it.
I want to get this poster up on the screen for everybody.
But you know what? Those are the kind of trailers that are good because so many of these trailers reveal too much. Just
the whole thing.
Let
They just show
it
the whole
marinate.
thing.
Just let everybody think about it and talk about it and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because I love the Doctor Strange preview, but it was like, okay, there's too much to take in, really.
It was basically, here's the movie, watch it.
Yeah, it was like, wait a second.
Wait for this for the teaser trailer?
Yeah.
End credit scene, yeah.
Yeah.
End credit teaser trailer, yeah. No, I don't think it showed us enough.
What?
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're crazy. So yeah, I zoomed in a little bit here for those that are watching. A new terror from the mind of Jordan Peele. You've got a cloud with a little kite string hanging off of it. I think some people are saying it's like an asteroid. That's a UFO, man. This is an alien movie, dude.
See, this is where it talks about how the cloud is bad for you.
Oh,
stay
God.
Stay away from the cloud.
Another version of M. Night Shyamalan's
Oh, there we go.
shitty movie.
Shamalama
What movie is that? The Mark Wahlberg piece of crap that he did.
The Happening.
Happening.
God, an awful movie.
It's terrible.
But yeah, July 22nd.
The people nosediving off the buildings was the coolest part. But then to say, "Oh, it's the plants." What? What the hell did I just watch?
The plant. The world is fighting back.
Mother Nature's retaking the planet.
Botanists of the world unite.
Oh boy. Yeah, July 22nd is when that movie will drop.
I'm interested.
Oh, no, I'm gonna remove that. Let's talk real quick. I don't have the trailer for it to show everybody, but it's in the 80s there was this thing that would happen where Disney or some other company would put out a movie where the kid is the hero of the movie, right? And he goes on this magical adventure, either chasing down or flying an airplane or doing another worldly children thing that you would never get a chance to do. Flight of the Navigator, E.T., these kinds of movies where they're piloting UFOs or they're meeting an alien. We're getting something like that with Ryan Reynolds' new movie, The Adam Project.
I watched that trailer today.
It is very much. It looks amazing. It's very much a callback to those kind of movies, I think.
I think yes, but no. It's got a different spin on it. Where it's
there's a spin on it. Right. There's a twist to it, but I still feel like it's character driven by this child.
Yeah.
Of course. So basically, a man travels back in time, so he can save his dad. Basically, is what's happening. But you're seeing it mostly, I think, through the eyes of the younger version to begin with, and then he's introduced to Ryan Reynolds, who is himself from the future. But he like arrives like in a spaceship looking thing.
I think it looks fantastic.
Great cast: Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Catherine Keener, Zoe Saldana. Like that's a monster cast for a Netflix film. So much special effects, and gonna be on with less than a month. March 11th, we're gonna get that movie. So
on the flicks.
Yeah. So, renew your subscriptions now, I guess. But yeah, it looks like a great movie.
As they go up in price.
All $2. Are you mad?
You can listen to this negative guy. You probably still pay for physical DVDs to get sent to your house.
No, I don't.
Still buy DVDs though, don't you?
Yes, I do.
No,
dude, I just bought 7. All right, let's talk.
Physical is the way.
Let's talk real quick about this little gem that we got. Was it today? Yesterday? Yesterday, because I was at work.
Yesterday.
Jurassic Park Dominion. We got the trailer. Dude, they showed everything in this that I wanted to see. They confirmed everything, that we're getting dinosaurs running around in the snow and just in different environments that we've ever seen before. We've got the dinosaur whisperer played by Chris Pratt. We've got a friggin' brontosaurus walking around and everybody's back. The clone girl is back. Bryce Dallas Howard's back. Blue and baby Blue. Baby Blue, dude, that's cashing in on the Baby Yoda money right there, dude. Everybody's gonna want a Baby Blue doll. I guarantee it. No matter how many people he kills. Um, but the trailer is fantastic. Looks like he's out. Baby Blue is searching for Owen and finds him in a little shack he's got that he's living with the clone that they're hiding
He
with.
built his cabin.
Yeah. He finally finished his cabin, but not on the island. Dude, we got that giant dinosaur from the ocean taking out a boat. T-Rexes ruining drive-in theaters that don't exist anymore. And then there they are. Ellie Sadler and Alan Grant.
I love the reference right there. He's like Ellie, Alan. It was chills, man.
So good. So good.
And when she says you need to come with me, he's got that shit look. Like
right.
Here we go again.
Yeah. And then you've got your feathered raptor here too.
What? And of course Malcolm.
Malcolm and Dr. Wu.
The Goldblum and Dr. Wong.
Dr. Wong, I'm sorry.
Yeah, long-haired Dr. Wong, who has been in every movie, by the way.
Yep. He's the bad guy.
He's the guy who's been in every movie.
He is the bad guy in this one, though. You have to imagine because he was the bad guy in the last one. At least part of being the bad guy. Look at this. Oh man, there's T-Rexes in what looks like Rome.
I thought it was Rome because when she's running around. Yeah, it was a Jason Bourne running from dinosaurs.
Jurassic. The Bourne Jurassic. A giant. I don't know what. It's not a pterodactyl, but it's a giant pterodactyl-ish bird. We got
close
Triceratops. Triceratops. I love it. Oh man, there's just so much to love. Look at that. It looks like straight from Aliens. Oh, it's gonna be great. Look at
the shaker
thing. I love that Alan and Owen both say nobody move.
Right. That's the best.
And then Alan's like, why do they always have to get bigger?
That part right there at the end where it brought them all together. It was like, I want this now.
That's gonna be their portals moment. When they're all
I want the kids to show up too, like from the first one.
I don't need that so much. Do you know who I want back? I want Nick Miller back from the first Jurassic World.
Yes.
Actually, I
could have sworn he was supposed to be back. I could have sworn they said he was cast. I'll look in a second. But there's if you're watching, I don't know the black girl there is not from the second one though.
No, she's
new. She's new. But there they are. You got the 3 and then the 3. But even though the girl is new, this is only her second movie. But
and the clone girl, she's right there. So
that's what I'm saying. This is only her second movie. You got these guys from the originals. Anyway, yes. So June 10th, this releases. Here's our cast list, which I'm noticing a clear missing person. Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, Mahmoud Atate. I'm so sorry. Isabella Sermon. That's the clone. Dyken Lockman, who was in Dollhouse and she's been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before. She played Daisy's mom.
Yes.
Daniela Pineda, Dr. Zaya Rodriguez. I think she was in the second one.
She was.
Could be wrong. She's actually in the novel version of the Jurassic Park: The Lost World. No, I'm just kidding. Dodgson is making his return.
Dodson.
He was in. Yeah, that's it. He's played by a different person though. He's not the same guy. Isabella Sermon is listed twice in here. Whoops, you screwed up. Website. Justice Smith is returning. He's the dude from Detective Pikachu. He's back. Omar Sy is also back. He was in the second one, I think.
Jurassic World, the first one.
He's in the first one. Okay. DeWanda Weiss, BD Wong is Wu. Sorry, his name is Wu Wong. His character's name is Wu. That's where I get it wrong every time.
Okay. So
Dimitri Thavios. That name sounds familiar. Oh, he's a DJ. Nope, he's not familiar to me. DJ. But yeah, no Nick Miller. I could have sworn I saw. Yeah, that's that is disturbing to me. Let me just scan through here real quick. Pratt compared Jurassic World Dominion to Avengers Endgame, as both feature films feature Both films feature the return of numerous characters from their franchises. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can talk too.
Oh no, we're good.
Yeah, no, I'm looking up to see if Nick Miller is in it. Oh, here it is. Okay, as Jake Johnson will not be in Dominion.
It will be. Yep. Go ahead.
He said he's. Oh, continue without disabling. Where did he say? So he had written a great part. Lori came back. It was great. But the pandemic hit. So it was because of that.
Oh, he was written into the script because of COVID?
Yep.
God, I knew it. I knew he was cast. I mean,
it was a great conclusion. He was excited to do it. The pandemic hit, and at the time there was a 2-week quarantine. There was a bunch of stuff that I couldn't get out and leave the family, and we just kept trying to make it work. And in the end, the dates just didn't work out.
Damn.
It was heartbreaking because apart from being in that movie, Colin's a very old friend. We did Safety Not Guaranteed, and years before that, we did a bunch of YouTube stuff. So as of right now, it's not happening, but Laurie never dies. He just multiplies. So maybe there's another chance he can find his way in.
Oh, Lord. That's amazing. All right. Hopefully. Dude, that sucks. The future, Marshall has claimed in 2020 that Jurassic World Dominion is not the final film in the franchise. It would mark the start of a new era. So,
which
there you go.
They did say in the trailer, like it was the conclusion of the Jurassic era.
Right. They were very clear to make that note.
Yeah.
So
what era comes after Jurassic? In
the Placeic era.
Oh,
I'm
God,
trying to
no.
say whatever that kid says in the first Jurassic World, or yeah, I think it was Jurassic World. Anyway, the Pleistocene era. No, it was Friends. That episode of Friends when Joey's the tour guide at the museum, and he's like, "Yeah, as you know, from the Jurassic period." It's like, not everything's from the Jurassic period. Anyway, it'll be on Peacock within 4 months of the release. There you go. If you don't get to the theaters, which you need to see this movie in the theaters, let's be real here.
4 months later, all right.
Well, the Batman is like coming like 45 days after it's in theaters.
That's Disney Plus does something similar. So
yeah,
with their Marvel movies. All right, very quickly, some headlines. Hulu has ordered a Futurama revival with almost everybody returning. The key figure not returning is Bender. Joe DiMaggio is not coming back
as of right now.
John DiMaggio, excuse me, not Joe. The producers are hopeful that he could still sign on, but they intend to recast him. He's a holding out, it sounds like. So yeah, Hulu is making more episodes, which Bender was a character that got annoying to me pretty quickly. Like, I loved his shenanigans, but just like on The Simpsons, Homer quickly got really annoying for me after years of watching The Simpsons. But there you go. So more Futurama if that's your bag, baby. Just aforementioned Danielle Pineda, who is going to be in Jurassic World Dominion, is joining Tales of the Walking Dead. Star Wars Ahsoka has cast Ray Stevenson as a villain.
As an admiral, but not Thrawn.
We'll see.
Did it say but not Thrawn?
Yeah.
They've said these things to us before about things.
True story.
Yeah. The Hollywood Reporter says that he's playing an admiral, but he's not playing Grand Admiral Thrawn. That role will go to someone else, is what the Hollywood Reporter says.
I'm interested to see who that is. Yeah.
He has done a voice of Gar Saxon in Rebels, and then the Viceroy of Mandalore. I'm sorry, on both Rebels and Clone Wars. So he has played a voice. I don't think he can't. He was killed in Rebels. That's right. As far as Ahsoka cast, Hayden Christensen will be back as Anakin. Natasha Liu Bordizzo is playing Sabine Wren. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, woohoo, and Ivana Sakno have been cast in undisclosed roles. Nope, my tongue is
work it out.
Production starts in April, so we probably will see that next year sometime. Which makes this man a sad man, because I don't know if I'm going to live to be that long. Anyway, just kidding. Just kidding. Jessica, all of the Marvel Netflix series, the Defenders, are leaving Netflix in March. So go watch them again while you still can.
I would
Which is weird.
imagine. See, part of me thinks they're leaving Netflix, but they're going to show up on Plus on
They're going to
Disney.
show up on Disney Plus.
They're going to show up on Disney Plus because these guys, all of them, are rumored to show up now in the MCU. Having, spoiler alert, whatever. We already saw Charlie Cox, so they're all, I think, going to show up unless they're recast.
Yeah, I guess all the rights have reverted back to Disney.
Right.
So
I think so.
But it's weird that a Netflix original show is
weird. You're
Netflix. Right. It's just it's like, okay.
Are they need to release those on Blu-ray? Like they did. Like
I thought they did Daredevil season 1. That was out. I bought it, but I don't have it anymore. But I don't think after that they didn't. Same with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They did seasons 1.
The rumors are going about that Charlie Cox is going to be like in a lot of stuff as far as the Daredevil character.
I hope he is. That man deserves it.
Charlie Cox shares his hopes for future MCU Daredevil appearances. For years, I have been asked questions about returning as Daredevil. The genuine truth was I 100% assumed that was gone. That ship had sailed. I didn't hear from any of the folks at Marvel for a couple years. It does now look like I was lying for a long time. I actually wasn't. I was only lying for a little bit of time. You still don't want to spoil it for people. I don't think I've done any interviews. I still don't know what the rules are. Obviously, it's now known that I'm in Spider-Man. So yeah, but more than that, I don't know. And the little I do know, I'm obviously not going to say. But the only thing I would say is that for a long time, I asked these questions and I genuinely had not heard anything. I feel so lucky to be cast in that role, and it is the gift that keeps on giving. Cox also said he's not sure what Marvel plans are for the character, but the door is wide open for almost anything. I don't know what the plans are, but yes, my hope is that I get to do as much as I'm allowed to do and to be involved. It'd be really fun. The one thing that being in the MCU allows that we couldn't really do with Netflix stuff is that I now can interact with other MCU characters. So that'd be really cool. Crossovers is the thing I would like to do next. I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know what they're planning and all that kind of stuff, but there are some really interesting stories that I'd love the character to explore.
I think he's just given the I can't reveal stuff response because it only makes sense that he shows up as She-Hulk. That's a must. And then the other connections as you go forward, I think he's just gonna be that guy who's gonna be around in some of these, not a major character, but we just see Matt Murdock in Spider-Man. So we're going to eventually see, I think in She-Hulk, we're going to see the Daredevil character.
Yeah. Producers of the X-Men 92 animated series were asked questions about being consultants on the X-Men 97, which is the reimagining or whatever you want to call it of the animated series on Disney Plus. Here's what they had to say. Eric Lewald, this is the person that I'm quoting here. I believe they're looking at 10 episodes for the first season. That's going to come out mid next year. They're starting it soon after our series ended. They want it to be an extension of the animated series. Whoever it is doing this new show is going to make it their own no matter who is involved. There is great love and affection and respect from an entire group of people that are doing this show. Excuse me. Starting at the top with the showrunner. They could have just said, we're going to do a new show. We have friends that were part of the other very successful shows. And when they got rebooted, not a phone call, not a card, not a bit of recognition, just we're going to do a new show. In this case, they were all nice and respectful enough. We said, it's your show. We're here if there's a red flag, but we're on for that, or maybe some ideas of things we'd like to see. But really, it's their show. You can tell by the design. It's the same, but slightly modernized, slightly a bit more beautiful. 5 times the money spent on it. Not that we're bitter. Laughs.
Not at all.
I mean, no. The budget they had back then for Fox Kids was probably like minuscule. So yeah, they're just consulting producers, but they were the co-creators of the animated series back in the day, and they have such love and respect for these characters, and they knew nothing about the X-Men when they got that job, and they tried to pitch it to Fox.
I'm very excited for this project. because I go back to the originals and I love it. This is a funny story because it's a geek out moment. We used to go to a friend's house and play D&D on Saturdays when I was in the Army. This is way back, 92, 93, 92, 93. We would not start until X-Men, the animated series, was over because we wanted to watch it. There's like 6 or 7 of us there, and it's like, no, we don't start until we're done.
The best thing was the Phoenix Saga was an after school thing. Like it was like a week long event that they took it off Saturday mornings and they put it on after school instead of like Batman the Animated Series, which was an after school cartoon. So you'd get home from school and right away you'd have like a 4-part saga, which for cartoons I'd never seen before when I was a kid. Like a continuing thing over 4 nights. It was like a mini series. It was fucking dope. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. I got to meet Eric Lewald at Comic-Con a couple of years ago. I've got a signed copy of a front page of the pilot script. And I got a cell from the guy that drew Gambit, and I've got all these cool things that I got from that. It didn't cost me much money at all. And I've got behind me the art and making of the animated series book. I've got the book they wrote about getting it produced and all this stuff. A big fan of Marvel, of the X-Men 92. If you didn't have the Batman animated series, though, you wouldn't have had that, and you wouldn't have had the Spider-Man animated series without the X-Men animated series. And they said in the panel I went to too that they could never get approval to put characters like Iron Man or Black Panther, but they would tell the artists to draw a character that looks like this. And so when you're watching a scene and you see Spider-Man's hand come out and save somebody in a hurricane, that was all done. Those are Easter eggs. Those are Marvel MCU Easter eggs that started in 1992. Like they weren't allowed to do that, but they did it anyway, and they still snuck I think Black Panther was in one, and like they're not speaking roles, they're just boom, blink and you'll miss it.
They did that with Deadpool. I think Morph.
Yeah, Deadpool was in there. Yep. There was actual Deadpool too because they showed I think they showed all of X-Force at one point. But yeah, there's cool stuff like that, and then also there was the crossover between X-Men and Spider-Man. X-Men went to Spider-Man and they were drawn in that way. It was really weird, but yeah. All right, so Disney Plus's Ironheart has cast Anthony Ramos, who is a musical person, for Ironheart in a key role but undisclosed mystery role.
Ooh.
They liken his role to that of Kang the Conqueror.
Does that mean a major villain or what?
That's what it sounds like.
His importance will be that of I don't know. We'll see. But the character will make her first appearance as Riri in the Black Panther: Wakanda Forever in November. No date yet for Ironheart.
You can't. Well, I was going to say you can't because you can't have dates on Black Panther. There's been so many pushbacks and stalls and everything to this movie. It's crazy.
Well, with reason, I think.
Well, yeah, because the actress who plays Shuri got hurt, so she went back to London to heal. Then she couldn't come back because she was anti-vax, and then she finally came back. Well,
I was starting with Chadwick.
Sorry. Yeah. And then
all right.
She was anti-vax, and she couldn't come back. And then when she did come back, she got COVID. It was like, wow, they're shutting everything down. It's crazy.
Back to the Sony side of the Marvel universe, Russell Crowe has joined Kraven the Hunter.
I love this. I read this yesterday, and I love it.
So Aaron Taylor Johnson is cast to play Kraven, I believe. And he has previously been cast in the MCU version of Quicksilver. But not much is known about Crowe's character. But they also reiterated that Taylor Johnson is signed to a multi-picture deal with Sony. So Kraven's the next character to join the Sony Spider universe alongside Venom and Morbius. We've got the Madam Web movie coming. There's talks of Nightwatch, Jackpot, and a mystery female-centric movie being directed by Olivia Wilde, plus a series for Silk. Good Lord. Kraven Hunter is set to be out in less than a year, January 13th of next year.
Yeah, it's not happening.
What do you mean? They're in production right now.
All right, is it in production?
They're casting. That's production.
Well, I mean, okay, like getting stuff from now till next year, maybe. Like halfway through next year, maybe.
I don't know
Like
what
getting it
delays
on
you're talking
screen.
about. I don't know what delays you guys think are going to happen anymore. They don't care about COVID anymore.
Nope.
They should, but they don't. NBC, this will excite Tom, myself, and at least one other listener out there that I know of. NBC has taken one step forward into bringing Quantum Leap's reboot back to life. According to Deadline, NBC has hired Helen Shaver to direct the pilot episode and serve as the executive producer of the potential series. Most recently, Shaver worked on HBO Max's Station 11, 2 episodes of Netflix's Made, also worked on Westworld, Snowpiercer, Lovecraft Country, and Orphan Black, which is said to be getting another spinoff. Or a spinoff to begin with.
Did you say it's a reboot or is a continuation?
Continuation.
This article is calling it a reboot. As of now, Scott Bakula has not come aboard the reboot to reprise his role as Dr. Sam Beckett. Regardless, he has mentioned thousands of times he wants to be back.
True story. That's why I asked.
So
listen. Let me talk. The new series will introduce new explorers who restart the Quantum Leap project 30 years after Sam's disappearance. However, no other cast members have been announced. Go ahead. What is your question?
Well, okay. So it is a continuation of the story, just of different characters. But did Sam ever get back, or was it just left?
Nope. He is still leaping to this day. In fact, you could probably watch a TV show and say, I think Sam just leapt into that man, and you probably will be right.
True story.
The only problem is one of the main characters, there's only 2 of that show, has just passed.
Exactly. When I think it was like right after they announced it, he passed.
Fairly shortly after.
Dean Stockwell.
Yeah. Sad.
But if you were to do this, that's why I asked, because Scott Bakula could be that role that he was in for I guess the next generation of leapers, if you will.
You could do that, like a leaper goes back, finds him, saves him, but then gets stuck.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
now Sam has.
You're just going to have a new generation of leapers. Because what is this? Sliders? A new season of Sliders?
No, fuck that. Or you do this. Or you do this. I'm writing their first season for them right in my head. Sam has been leaping now with no guidance because he died. He doesn't know what happened to why can't I remember the dude's name? What's his character's name? I keep wanting to say Ziggy. Ziggy's the computer.
Ziggy's the computer.
Oh, Al.
It's Al. There you go.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And you watched me. Those that are watching, I did not look that up. That was straight from the dome. I love this show so much. So like, let's just say he's stuck leaping forever, right? Kyle, have you ever watched Quantum Leap?
Yeah.
Okay. They did episodes where there was an evil leaper. There's an opposite person to Sam. So Sam's putting right what once went wrong. This person is leaping to stop him from doing that. It's so good. So good.
I want this show in modern day, because what we got was, no offense, because I love it, but it was cheesy. It was
early 90s, late 80s.
Early, yeah. Now what they can do would be amazing.
But it had
like
messages for each episode, right?
Oh yeah. It was man. It was about racism, misogyny, spousal abuse, everything, dude. Like it was doing Me Too. Today. It did Me Too before Me Too, man. Like they took on Hollywood before, like. Also, if you were surprised that these things were happening in Hollywood, what rock are you living under? I mean, come on. Of course, directors, casting people, all these studio heads were abusing women with power forever, and you did nothing about it. I mean, come on, be real. Anyway, Quantum Leap, dude.
You gotta go watch it, Kyle. You would love it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
The geek that you are, you would love it.
If it's on, I will watch it, because I like Scott Bakula. I like Dean Stockwell. I like those people. I like the show. I just haven't sat down, go from episode 1 to episode.
It's only 4 seasons.
4 seasons, I think it was. Yeah.
I just haven't.
I believe it was on Hulu for a while. I'm not sure if it still is, but Hulu was missing like an episode or 2.
I don't think it is, because my son signed us up for Hulu, and I looked around and I didn't see it.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Well, it might be on the Peacock. Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably on the Peacock.
I'm looking it up on Peacock. Keep talking.
Let's see. Quantum Leap is leaping. That's a report about the thing we're just talking about. Google Play, Vudu, Amazon Instant Video, and iTunes. So you have to buy it. It's not streaming anywhere. But I have it on Blu-ray. 6 seasons. Wow, I was way off.
You were way off.
NBC. It says NBC has it. So that would be
Peacock.
It would be Peacock,
You would
but
think.
there are no results.
That's so weird. I don't know why I just didn't go to Peacock and search for it. Is that what you did?
Yep. I went straight to the app. That's a bummer.
Type in Quantum and you get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's bogus. Well, you can borrow my Blu-rays. That's got everything. Anyways, so dude, I'm saying, like, you start off where he's been leaping for like the last 10 years and Al's been dead. He had no idea what happened to Al, just that Al stopped showing up. And he just assumed Al was dead or something, you know, and that's where you find him. And he's just like a defeated man who's still doing what he has to do, but he's got no information to go by. So he has no idea. Like, it's even harder for him because Al is the one that brought in the information, even though usually it was spotty at best, because the person would wake up in the room and not have and just be freaking out in the room because they have no idea where they are because they're in the future. And Al or Sam has replaced. Oh man, I love this show so much. It's so good. Well ahead of its time. Anyway, let's hope we get this reboot. Let's hope it's done well. Stephen Lillian and Brian Windbrandt, the showrunners behind La Brea, are writing the reboot right now. They will executive produce alongside series Blind Spot creator Martin Giro. Additionally, Don Belisario, who was the original Quantum Leap producer, is executive producing along with Brett Pratt, who served on the original series as well. So we're getting closer.
Sounds like a lot of NBC studio hits because La Brea is NBC, Blind Spot was NBC. So, well, Quantum Leap was originally NBC, so like we said. So,
yeah, that's the one night a week I could stay up late was to watch that because it started at 9 p.m. Central and my bedtime was 9 p.m. at that time. So my mom would let me stay up till 10 o'clock just that night, just for, dude. It's so important to me. This is a show like in my childhood and oh man. All right. The main event, what we came here to see and talk about is the fact that Kyle and I are going to see an early screening of the Batman and Tom's not.
Woo!
I'm not.
Guess
Sorry.
who's seeing it the next day too? This guy.
You're seeing it on the second? Don't you mean the third?
Seeing it on the second.
What?
Marcus is doing a fan first thing as well. But yeah,
just a day later.
Just a day later.
Weird. All right. No, but tickets are available. I don't know for what days. You can go out and get the Batman tickets. We're not at all sponsored by them. So, but I do have an advertisement that I'd like to read to you all right now, real quick, before we talk about the Book of Boba Fett, and that is DC's Stargirl complete second season. Let's go to a solo shot of me. Why don't we? This is it right here. You get your Blu-ray copy or DVD copy if you want to as well. Wherever you get your fine physical copies of stuff or digital as well. Let me read the copy here. The epic battle is unveiled February 8th, which was a couple days ago. So it's out now, guys. It's out now. 13 action-packed episodes from the second season, plus a gag reel. DC's Stargirl follows high school sophomore Courtney Whitmore, played by Breck Bassinger, and her stepfather, Pat Dugan, Luke Wilson, as she leads an unlikely group of young heroes to take on the legacy of DC's very first superhero team, the Justice Society of America. In the thrilling second season, Courtney and her friends take on one of the most frightening adversaries in DC's mythology, the dark entity of corruption known as Eclipso, played by Nick Terabay, who is... That name sounds familiar. Yeah. Oh, he's from Spartacus. That's why.
He also played Captain Boomerang in Arrow.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Blu-ray features are also the gag reel and Never Alone. So probably a featurette piece. Heroes and Allies. So yeah, go out there, get your digital copies, your physical copies. I have not watched season 1 yet, so obviously I haven't watched season 2, but I want to.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. 1 second.
Oh, okay. We're live.
Yeah, okay. You guys talk about it. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, while he's gone, real quick, Peacemaker episode 7. I didn't think it was that great. I don't know.
They're spoilers. I knew what was coming with like between him and his father. I was worried that Vigilante bit the bullet or bit the grenade.
Yeah, they were really teasing that when he pulled the car over and he was eyes open sleeping.
Yeah. Oof. No, but when that grenade went off with Vigilante and Vigilante was just gone, I'm like, oh crap! You killed one of my favorite characters.
You bastard.
You
Yeah.
bastard.
No, but they went the other way and killed somebody that we've kind of grown to like in Mern.
Yeah.
That was kind of a bummer.
Yeah. We mourn
Mern, yes.
Mern.
But yeah, and you got to see him as a butterfly just get crushed in somebody's hands. But then make little tweeting noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore. Watching Augie die, watching the White Dragon die, and all the racists, that was quite appealing to me.
I did love that the vets, the nurse and the male nurse, are all gung ho about wanting to kill these butterflies, and they're like, "No,
you'll die. You will die.
You will die. You need to stay here." I'm like, that's awesome.
You'll absolutely die. But the pep talk actually had them like into it, like their battle cry, ready to go. It's like, all right, sorry, you can't come.
Yeah, no, and like, where'd you get the guns?
What is real quick sidebar? What is under Qui-Gon on your wall there?
That is Mace Windu. It is the wrong color lightsaber for his episode 1, but that is Mace Windu.
I have Mace Windu, but I think it's in the black box.
In the black and red box or black and orange?
The regular box, not the. Yeah, I don't think I got the re-release.
Yeah.
Like you got there.
Ow, that hurt.
Yeah. What is in the Star Wars next to it? On your left. You're right. You're right.
This thing?
Yeah.
That is Kyle Katarn.
Okay, above it is that
that is Ahsoka from
it's hard to see.
Rebels.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I see that now.
And then
Cal. Cal. And then I got glare, so I can't see what those other two are.
Yeah, this one might be an Imperial person, and this one is, I think, Mando from the first release.
Oh, I opened. You can see it under the shoulder right there. You can see Casey Jones.
Yep, I see him.
He's awesome. That's the one that came with the Raphael and the disguise outfit. Now I have to get the other Casey Jones that comes with the mask off.
Yeah, I haven't.
And then the one that comes with April O'Neil later. When they're All right, let's add Tom back into the mix. All right, so we were just discussing the Peacemaker, so we're ready to move on, I think.
All right.
One more episode left next week, I believe, right?
Yep.
That's called It's Cow or Never. Well, the last episode was Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
I love the punny titles.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of 80s stuff too, like A Whole New World. World is WHIRLED is the first episode. Best Friends for Never is the second episode. Better Goff Dead is a play off a movie, Better Off Dead. The Chode Less Traveled. Monkey Dory.
I'm not a chode.
Mern After Reading, and then and then the end of the last episode that Tom saw, we got to see John Cena playing piano.
I must say, I'm not a huge I do not like John Cena the wrestler, but I am now a huge John Cena the actor fan.
He's got good comedic timing too.
Gunn has said he wants to make a second season, is committed to doing so if the series is renewed by HBO. He reiterated this after the series premiered in January, despite he and Cena not yet having deals to return for a second season and Gunn wanting to take a break after a busy few years. Well, yeah, dude, he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
He's got this, he's got the Suicide, or not Suicide, he's got the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and then the holiday special.
Yeah.
So
is he involved? Is he involved in the Groot project on Disney?
I don't think so.
Maybe as like a consultant, but probably not much more than that. All right, Book of Boba Fett season finale, possibly series finale. We don't 100% know. We did get confirmation. Oh, hang on, let me change the stuff here. We did get confirmation though that sadly, Jennifer Beals' character is dead.
Yeah.
Everybody died in that explosion, which probably
Ooh.
means your favorite band leader is now dead too.
Yeah. Max Rebo's dead.
Max Rebo. Long
He
live
may have
Max Rebo.
survived Jabba's sail barge, but he did not survive the Pike's bomb.
Unless he wasn't due to play that night. He's probably dead. Yeah, an episode that saw the weird flip gunshot heard round the world, that the most unnecessary action move in action history. Not done by one Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
Yeah. Dude does a full up winding turn to shoot when he could have just shot from where he was standing. It looked, hey,
It was
looked
majestic.
cool.
It was majestic.
Style,
That's what it was.
style points for sure for that dude. But
Because he had the jacket whip and everything when he did it.
I mean, he's a cool looking dude, and I hope he gets
Yeah.
like action figure because he looks great. Scat, I think, is that guy.
Yeah.
Is his character name, and then Drash is Sophie.
Okay, so I haven't been involved in a lot of the Book of Fett talks that you guys have had. Can I go back to the episode before real quick and talk about how much of an asshole Luke Skywalker is for the Sophie's choice thing that he has to do with Grogu? You can have the chainmail, or you can have the Jedi, the lightsaber. You choose.
It's just called a
It's
shirt.
Sophie's choice, man.
It turns out
one,
Mando
you can't have the other.
It turns out Mando just calls it a shirt. You're wearing the shirt.
It's just a shirt. Yeah. Somewhere Frodo Baggins is like, I know what that is. But I was like, oh my God, Luke, you're such a dick.
That's how he was taught, though. That's how he was taught.
Yeah, and he even said in the episode he doesn't feel like his heart is in it.
And this is why maybe why the Jedi are the bad guys.
Wait, and guess what? What did the last Jedi teach us? That very thing. What does Yoda say? You're an idiot. He basically calls Luke an idiot. It's like, you're dumb. We were wrong, moron.
Right.
That's in the Last Jedi, right? That's not in the last the Rise of Skywalker.
It's in the Last Jedi, yeah.
Yeah,
he burns it down, and Yoda's like,
where the Force lightning hits the tree.
Yeah.
The sacred Jedi text.
Right.
Which
And then
is
Yoda's
trash.
like,
Which is trash.
Yoda's like, fuck it, you will.
Yeah. Start fresh. Learn from our mistakes.
Trash it is.
We screwed up, dog. Like thousands of years.
I'm just waiting to see the Force projections. Like, we fucked it up.
The Han Solo.
What the hell?
Oh man.
But I mean,
no, but that's part of his failure. That's part of his failure as a teacher.
Yeah.
That's why that's the foreshadowing, as they love to do in the Star Wars universes.
And I wish we would have. We still didn't get to see who saved Grogu. So I don't. Are we ever going to see that?
I mean, if they're hinting at it with that flashback, I think yes. I think we are going to find that out probably in Mandalorian season 3 or 4. I think it's going to come kind of full circle. My thing is this: I love the character of Grogu. I don't think it was ever meant to last this long. Honestly, but I think it ended up going this far because of the fact of how popular the character is. A lot like Daryl from The Walking Dead, to be honest with you. But I don't think they meant for it to go on this long, because you're kind of stuck with this character now who doesn't move very well.
No.
And you've got a character like the Mandalorian who oftentimes is moving very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's learned a little bit of how to run, and
you can tell how little he moves when Luke is force projecting him to keep up.
Right, exactly. which is great. Luke that can do that, but Mando can't do that.
No.
And I think we kind of saw that slowness in season 2 of The Mandalorian, is where he's letting him walk a lot of the time. And of course, I think once he had that cruiser and had that dome that uses, he's not going to get a droid. Of course, Grogu was coming back. I mean, there was no doubt that Grogu was going to be back. It was just a matter of how that was going to turn out. So real quick before we talk about the finale and the wrap of this season, will we ever see Luke again on any Star Wars show that's not set Well, any Star Wars show. Let's just put it that way.
I don't know, because the way his last with Ahsoka was like, you don't know. Maybe I don't think you need to, because I think the Luke love is gone. Now focus on everybody else.
Mhm.
Do you don't think that he asks to join Ahsoka on her journey?
I don't think so, because her journey is so different.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, she is the only other Jedi that he knows of right now.
Right.
She's not a Jedi.
Shut up. You know what I mean?
She's the only other
You
like Force
ass clown. Yes.
Force user with lightsabers.
Yes. Right. That could whoop
No.
his scrawny ass.
She has her own journey. I don't think it includes Luke.
All right.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a simple question.
Yeah, I don't think we will see Luke again. If we do, they don't need Mark Hamill to do it because of CG and computer AI for his voice. But he's given a credit
What?
for it.
Why not have him do the voice? I don't see why not.
The voice could work, yeah.
The voice that they did in episode 6, that was all done by a computer.
So why was he there?
He wasn't.
Yes, he was. He teased it on Instagram.
Yeah, he's
teased
credited
but
for it.
he wasn't. Yeah, he's credited because they used his likeness.
No, he teased that he was there.
Yeah, he could tease that he was there, but he could pull a. Did he say that he was physically there? He was teasing it, but he didn't outright say, "Yes, I was there. I did this stuff." I don't think he was there.
It sounds so stupid that they wouldn't use his actual voice when he's still there to have a voice to
It's
use.
because his voice over the years, our voices do change.
Do you know what editing is?
I do know what editing is.
I mean, post-production effects. I can make your voice sound like anything I want if I wanted to.
I mean, if you look at back,
I could do it live. I could do it live during a stream. I can make it sound like a girl.
He's not even here.
Why would you do that? That's not even.
He's not even. He's not even here, Dave.
But I mean, like,
yes,
for Mando,
that's not actually Kyle. It's a deep fake.
No, not.
Yeah. But I mean, for Mando,
you can tell it's a green screen. Sorry, go ahead.
For Mando season 2 finale, yes, he was there. Yes, they used his voice, but they still dubbed it over with like that computer voice to make him sound like he did in Return of the Jedi.
No, they didn't dub over anything. They put a filter on, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, okay.
You know, Snapchat, Instagram, use the right lingo, bro.
No.
You're such a boomer.
I refuse.
You're the youngest one here. All right, back to the Mandalorian Book of Boba Fett. Let's call it The Mandalorian Presents the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, it really was. The last 5 and 6 was heavy Mando.
Yeah, it was season 3.1 and 2,
which I was okay with. I mean,
what I think is so disappointing to me, and it's just a small disappointment. I love the series overall. Don't get me wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
When we saw Boba Fett return in The Mandalorian with his armor and everything, and he just whooped the shit out of those stormtroopers, like just straight up destroyed them in that fight sequence, was amazing. We didn't get anything near that in his own series. Now, granted, a lot of that is because he's recovering, so we're not going to get all of that. But like, he did it post recovery. Like I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me that we couldn't, in this final action sequence, we didn't get more of that. You know, where he's using the, what do they call it, the gather stick or gaffy
Yeah,
stick.
it seemed like anytime he had like any physical involvement, he had to go lay in the tub. It was like, oh, okay, now I got to recover. Here we go.
Right after that fight with the stormtroopers, how long was he in that bacta tank? I mean, he wasn't. He didn't have it. He didn't have it then. He didn't have it then. He didn't have it until after the finale. That, as far as we know, yeah, because he didn't take off his go a separate way until he dropped him off at the station.
Right.
Anyway, like I say, that's just a small quibble I have.
A small one, yeah.
Also, for as little as he fought this season, for him to take down Cad Bane in one pretty easy move was kind of like, I get Cad Bane is supposed to be old, but at the same time, Cad Bane's not dead. I'm telling you now. He had a heart monitor on, and he's got that droid. I'm pretty sure.
Is that what we're saying that is?
That's what I'm saying.
Is a heart monitor, because I saw it was still moving. So
Yeah, it's
It was still beeping, and then he's got that droid that's supposed to be his like assistant that follows him everywhere. I guarantee you, he got picked up and he's okay. In much the same vein that we saw in the credit sequence, that our favorite town mayor or
loved
Peacemaker, space Peacemaker of the old West, Cobb Vanth is still alive and now going to be part cyborg, just like
Fennec.
Just like Fennec, yeah.
But he got.
I'm not gonna lie.
Shoulder.
To me, that was my favorite part. The bonus scene. I don't care. That was my favorite part, to see that he's still alive, and now I want to see what more.
Now, this episode pretty much was a happy ending bow for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The good guys won. Nobody died except for the two pigs. The only two that died. The two Gamorreans died. They're the sacrificial lambs. A couple of the mods died. But like, our main characters pretty much all lived. Christensen had an ankle injury that went away seemingly pretty quick.
He was dragging that leg, and then all of a sudden, there he goes.
He healed rather quickly, and then he got shot a bunch, and
and then he did get into the back to tank.
He took more damage than anyone in this season.
Yeah,
we don't 100% know that he got in the back to tank, but he said you can use the back to tank. You know, he's like yeah. And that's
well, in the end, because you saw the scene when they're walking down the street, and he's like, "Oh, my right arm, I wish." And she's like, "Well, why don't you get in the tank?" He's like, "It's being used." And then you finally see the bonus scene, like, "Oh, okay, he knows he's there, so he knows he's in there."
That's the first text I sent Kyle. I was like, "Well, who's in the back to tank?" I wasn't sure if he had watched the whole thing yet, because we watched at the same time at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so the question is, who's in the back to tank? And then they showed it, and I'm like, okay, so now the question is this: we got our happy ending for everybody basically in this series, right? Mandalorian is off and flying with his young child again. Boba Fett has free reign over Tatooine to do what he wants, whether it's good or bad, we don't know. Fennec is just the badass that we knew she was. They would have lost that fight, I think, without her, because they would have just come back with numbers. And then,
I was concerned like where she was, because you see all of a sudden, here we go, and then she disappeared for a good long time.
Right, when Christensen lived, I'm like, well, Fennec's gonna die.
And then it was like she went full on assassin mode. It was like, oh, there she is. Okay,
it's a beautiful thing. Seeing her go from spot to spot, saving everybody, and then just gone for a while. I'm like, oh no, we haven't seen her in a while. They're gonna find her body or something.
It took me back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I actually said, oh, there's the cavalry.
Right. She was the cavalry. She literally was the cavalry in this episode.
There you go. So my question is this: like I said, we got the happy ending for a lot of our characters, and then we've got Cobb Vanth in the back to tank being healed and then about to be worked on by our surgeon friend that does modifications and cybernetics and stuff, and who saved Fennec's life. Does this mean Cobb Vanth is going to do a Fennec thing where he kind of now owes Boba Fett, or is Boba Fett going to let him go back to his city, which is what, Freetown?
Freetown.
And are we going to get a spin-off series called Freetown?
I hate
starring Timothy. Well, it's not going to be called that, but you know what I mean.
I don't think that.
No, I think.
What if
season 3 of Mando?
What if he replaces Gina Carano on?
That's what I was thinking.
That show.
That's what I was thinking.
I could see that happen.
That makes more sense because he's doing the role that she had on that other planet, basically on for Freetown. We're calling it now
because he's still Marshall Raylan Vance. So he's gotta have something. He's got to be doing something.
Yes, Tom. Last week we talked about the revival of Justified, and that's coming back soon. It's gonna be good.
Slight segue on that. I hate that people are already saying that, oh, Boyd's got to be in it or I'm not going to watch it. This is a whole different story.
This is the story. He goes to Detroit. That has nothing to do with. Yeah. And actually, he's in Florida going to Detroit. He's not even in where was he? Memphis, or I don't remember where.
Kentucky?
Yeah, probably Kentucky. Yeah. I think it had to do with like whiskey and.
I'm gonna rewatch it. It's on Hulu. Justified's on Hulu. So now I'm gonna go back and watch all of it again.
Yeah, might as well. There's not I love the episode where there's a sniper and they're stuck in the car. Anyway, Anyway,
My
so many good
favorite is
episodes.
when he drops the bullet on his chest and he goes, "The next one's coming faster." That's my favorite part of the whole series.
I love the other
That's
marshal
just
that
so
always
ballsy.
butts heads with for
His
the first couple
boss.
seasons. Not
Yeah,
his
his
boss,
boss.
but the younger guy.
Oh, the sniper guy.
Yeah,
He was a
yeah, yeah,
former
yeah,
sniper. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
one. Yeah.
That dude's cool. Anyway, back to Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, sorry.
Do we think we're going to get a season 2, or are we done with the Book of Boba Fett? We're moving on to other Mandalorian offshoots, and perhaps this Timothy Oliphant thing going to the Marshals of the New Republic or whatever it is.
I hope we get a season 2. I want more of the crime lord aspect of it. I think having the flashbacks as we did Arrow style, in the beginning of the series was good to get us caught up to see what Boba was doing for the last 5 years between Sarlacc Pit and Mando season 1, 2. It was great, but we need more underworld crime stuff going on.
Real quick,
I disagree.
Hang on, real quick, because I believe she's watching. Jenny Robinson Nagy chimes in with Timothy Oliphant all day, every day. Also, Justified took place in Eastern Kentucky, Harlan County.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you for the research there, Jenny. Longtime Atomic Keaton co-owner and co-host. But yes, go ahead, Tom.
I disagree, Kyle. I think this season established Boba as he's not the underworld, he's not the seedy guy, because at one point when Cade tells him, at one point he says used to work for the Empire, used to be a murderer. He's not that guy anymore. So I don't think he's just now kind of running the streets, controlling everything. I don't think I need to see anymore, unless it's progressively later. I think I need to see something different. I would like to see Marshall Raylan wherever he's going. That would be perfect. And of course, I'm sorry.
It's still a cool name.
Cobb Vanth is a great name. Or we see what's going on with the Mando, and I don't know. I'm with Dave. The Grogu character. I don't know that I needed it back, but it is there. But I don't think I need any more from Boba for right now. I think we let that. Just kind of sit. I would love to see more with Fennec. Fennec would be a great, but she's going to be with him, so he can't do anything. So,
yeah, she can't really go anywhere. Yeah.
No.
In terms of like Grogu showing up, I think it's canon that Ben was Luke's first full-time student. So Grogu not being there when the temple is complete makes sense. I mean, I think we all knew that Grogu was going to go back with Mando. It was just like, okay, as Dave said, how does he come in?
Yeah, how does he get back there? Yeah.
We do know an X-wing with R2 piloting it.
Yeah, for those that keep saying that he stole that X-wing and piloted it, no, he didn't. R2 piloted it, and basically, this thing flies itself. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Grogu did not pilot that X-wing.
And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, we're getting Luke again. It's like, nope, we're just getting R2 piloting the ship.
Oh yeah, no, because when it showed up and he's sitting in the front seat, and I was like, oh, Luke just said, take your chainmail. Fuck you, we're out. I don't care about you anymore.
Get out.
You didn't choose the lightsaber. I don't care about you.
R2, get this kid out of here.
Get this swamp trash out of here.
I need to correct myself. I was wrong. The Aftermath trilogy that introduced everyone to Cobb Vanth in the books takes place before the Mandalorian appearance, not after. I thought it was after. I thought it was more closer to the Force Awakens than this. I was wrong. In fact, the last book he's in is about a month before he appears in the Mandalorian.
Okay.
I have a bigger question. Based upon him now being shunned by the Mandalorian community, does he start to take more on like more of a Boba Fett where he doesn't care about the helmet anymore, or is he going to still stick true to this is the way, his way,
Well, he wants. It sounds like he's trying to find the Fountain of Mandalore or whatever it is that he's got to go find so that he can redeem himself back. Even though she's shunned him, or I can't remember what she calls him.
She shunned him, but he is more Mandalorian than she is. Because he has the dark saber.
True. Like, he's actually the leader of all Mandalorians right now.
So it's like, ooh, did you just tell the leader to do something? I don't think so.
As far as critical acclaim goes, and I hate to use it, but this is just the scale we have. Rotten Tomatoes, per episode of the Book of Boba Fett, reception by episode. Episode 1 started at like an 80 something, between 80 and 85. Episode 2 jumped up to 90 points, 90% rotten or approved or fresh, I guess is the word. Episode 3 dropped all the way down to 60. That would be the second lowest that it gets reviewed. Episode 4 jumps back up to about the same as the pilot, or about 85. And then we get our Mandalorian episodes, which are the highest. Number 5 is 100%. That's our first Mandalorian episode. It drops down to 90 after that because there was more Boba Fett in that episode. Let's just be fair.
There was a second of Boba Fett in that episode.
I guess they really didn't like Luke Skywalker. I don't know. The finale is its lowest at 50.
Wow.
People do not like they don't like
really don't like Rodriguez's turn, like his swirl. But yet Mando did the same thing too.
They really don't like the Cyborg gang, calling them a ripoff of the Power Rangers, which, aside from their bikes being different colors, what are you talking about?
They are more Borg than Power Rangers.
I don't get the Power Rangers. Again, aside from their bikes being different colors, the Power Ranger thing makes no sense other than be a cool quip. Article quip.
I thought the chick, she was a badass. I mean, she's...
So was the dude who does the unnecessary flip.
Yeah.
The unnecessary spin, yeah.
Well, what got me too in this episode was when I heard the rumbling when Boba disappears, and I was like, he's riding a fucking Rancor. And I was like, here it comes. And there he is. I was like, oh, that was foreshadowed way before.
I needed them to show me some ripples in the ground a la Jurassic Park, and I would have been happy.
I wish Machete would have been with him. That would have been pretty cool. But Machete, sorry.
Also, there was a lot of destruction in Mos Espa.
They ripped that thing up.
And yet everyone was like, oh, thank you very much, thank you. And I'm like, we just caused so much damage.
Well, it's like a Marvel movie. They don't care about damage. You just wreck stuff and somebody else will clean it up.
Yeah, which
just emotional damage.
They did show that people were fixing it up and everything. But it's like, yeah, I caused this. I should probably help. Especially that Rancor, which is still sleeping in the street somewhere.
And this has always been a small thing for me. When Boba shoots the rocket, how does it show up again?
Yeah.
Comes up from the bottom.
Is there more than one rocket in that pack?
Comes up from the bottom, yeah.
So I guess we're just led to believe that, but that's just weird. But also, I mean, but there's jet fuel in the back.
It's not the best combo. It's funny. You mentioned that this sidebar. We went down. Our drive down to Florida last week. There was a gas station with an extreme fireworks attached to it, like built in. And I'm like, this is not the safest thing. It's not. Who did this?
Well, Florida.
It's usually a restaurant, built in there, but no, it's a fireworks place. I'm like, wow. Can we go now, please?
Can we get our fuel and go, please? No one light a cigarette. I mean, I enjoyed the finale. I enjoyed the final fight between Cad Bane and Boba Fett. It did mirror a very tiny bit of the unused season 7 Clone Wars. They didn't have a shootout. A shoot-off? What's the word? What's the
shootout?
A duel.
A duel. They didn't have it like that. It was more hands-on, which was fine. Yeah, it was fine. It was an okay finale. I mean, nothing can really top what Mandalorian season 1 and 2 did. So it's tough, but I enjoyed it for what it is. I thought
live action Cad Bane was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, knowing that he's a Duros, and we don't actually know how they age. They're not humans, but him canonically in human years, he's 71 years old. That man can still, well, he can move. He's still like he's not like flipping all over the place, but he can still move around.
I thought in episode 6 with him and Cobb, that was the great back and forth. It was great. I thought that was good cinema right there.
Yeah,
because it was a Wild West showdown. It was really what it was, and I loved it. But like I said, I don't know from this where we have on Tatooine with Boba Fett. I don't think there's any more we need to do. Just let that, unless you have to come back to it at some point. I don't think there's anything left to do.
As far as going back to Tatooine and visiting our friend Boba.
Yes. Yeah, I don't he's ruling the streets. The people love him. He has now become he's the savior. So there's really nothing there. Spin.
Enjoy.
Show. Oh, it's beautiful.
again, it looks great.
So
it's just on a loop. Look at him spinning faster and faster.
If it was done faster, I don't think people would have complained so much. But seeing that it wasn't slow motion, he got shot.
the jacket just whips with it.
This is a video from somebody on YouTube.
That's amazing.
Blew up the Death Star with the last one. Oh, Lord.
Awesome.
Oh, please send that to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's play it again. Oh, his first one is in slow motion. Yeah. I mean, the best part is that he lifts up Christensen's arm. Christensen's arm to get to get released. Oh, did he? He shoots Cobb Man. He shoots Boba. He shoots the sand
and the Bantha.
Oh man, the Tusken Raiders and the Bantha. He blows up. The Death Star is the best one.
That's the best.
I could go to bed happy now.
Oh man, I was just trying to find a GIF of that, and then that's what I found instead. Just to show everyone the ridiculousness of the cool spin. I mean, the dude is like I say, I'll buy an action figure of that dude, even though he was not that important to the series. He looks cool, man. He looks dope. But yeah, that was one of those things that just didn't need to happen. It goes along the lines of the original use of Boba Fett was pretty pointless in the trilogy. You know, like they built up on this cool character and really did nothing, if we're being honest. Captain Phasma, a really cool character that was built up, really did nothing. They did nothing. They went nowhere with her. Yeah.
Look really cool.
Yeah, but yeah, she looked really cool, just like Boba Fett did. And
that's one of my favorite pops that I have because it's a sweet ass pop.
It's shiny.
Yeah.
I wish the figure of hers was more shiny.
There is one. There's a chrome one.
There's a full chrome one?
Pretty sure there's a Black Series chrome version.
I think she's only got one Black Series figure.
No? She's got two. She's got one with a busted helmet.
Oh, okay, from The Last Jedi.
From Last Jedi, yeah. Yeah, I was just talking today about how useless some of the Force Awakens figures were and how eager everyone was. just like with Phantom Menace, everyone was so excited to get the new toys and stuff, and a lot of them were characters that didn't matter at all. They were just people that were not important, just side characters in the background, like a pod racing host, pod racing race announcer.
Greg Proops.
Yeah, Greg Proops. The actor is more important than the character.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna do it. We enjoyed Book of Boba Fett. I'm sure you guys all did too. It was great to stuff to kind of wake up to every day and have a new episode of. I was more excited for that than I am Peacemaker. Peacemaker is just something. Oh yeah, there's a new one I can go watch. I'm not like waking up at 2 a.m. to watch Peacemaker. But it's good content. It's DC Universe stuff. They actually were talking about Wonder Woman and the Flash and stuff when he was talking to the grade school kids. They brought back the janitor for that episode, which is great. I love the janitor. That actor is great. He's really funny, and the character is really funny too. And that scene is really good. And seeing him yell at these little kids, it's like, yeah, Fatso. What's your question? Shut up. No, it's good stuff. And yeah, as much as I hate John Cena the wrestler, John Cena the actor is doing just fine. He's no Rock. He's no Rock. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He is no Dwayne Johnson. He's not gonna get to that level, but he's still doing his own thing. He's bigger than Stone Cold. We'll put it that way.
He's bigger than the Miz.
Well, I mean, John Cena was the first Marine. He was the first Marine that the Miz took over the franchise for.
True.
For Marines 2 through 100.
2 through like 9.
Whatever it is.
Wasn't Randy Orton in there for what? Oh, Kennedy.
No, Randy Orton.
Whatever.
No, the Edge and Jamie Kennedy did a movie together.
That's right.
Yeah, where he's like a bounty hunter or something. It was really bad. Most of Edge's acting is not great.
I thought I was gonna say a lot of people loved him on Haven, but
yeah,
Haven, yes. On Vikings, no.
Oh,
yeah, he was not great on Vikings, which you think would be easier to act than Haven. Haven, he's just a dude, you know. Anyway, yeah, that's our show this week. Thank you so much for listening. At Atomic Geekdom on everything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that good stuff. Like, subscribe, follow to us on Twitch and on YouTube, so you know when we go live. Having you guys be part of the show live is great. We love that you guys can chime in whenever we're talking about something you want to chime in about. Correct us when we're wrong. It happens a lot. I corrected myself. I was wrong about Cobb Vanth's origins as far as the novel goes. So if you want to point that out to us, we're fine. We don't mind being corrected. We're not geniuses. And as you saw today, a lot of it was coming off the dome. We weren't looking up any of it. So we were just talking as we used to do in the day before we had smartphones and all that good stuff. But at Atomic Geekdom and all that stuff, atomicgeek.com for some amazing articles that are going up now. There is an interview that's going to be released soon, I believe, that Jen did with some LARPing people, a guy that runs a LARPing organization. So that should be coming to the feed very, very soon, and the YouTube channel. I think she did a video podcast for that with Zoom, but it'll also be on the audio feed as well, I believe. I hope. I think we're doing it that way too. So yeah. Kyle, anything you want to promote?
You can just follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Krause89. You can also follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/KKrause89, doing Minecraft stuff with Batcraft and all that. And yeah, that's about it right now.
Tom?
I have nothing to promote. I would just like to say I've been through a lot of stuff lately when it comes to losses with family members, and I finally had my first bout with depression, and I didn't like it, but I found ways to get over it. And I would actually try to tell people, talk to somebody, because it's bad, and we all want to do better. And now that I've been touched by it for the first time in my life, I know what it's like. So please just reach out, try to talk to somebody.
You might have seen me. I laughed when you said I didn't like it, just because we would. That's the only reason I laughed. But, I am your first, and I didn't like it. I just thought that sounded funny. I didn't. I was not laughing. I was not laughing at you.
No, it's good. It's good. It was just, but I did when I went on my trip this past weekend. I stood in the waters in Nassau and the crystal clear water, and I left all that there. So that's what you got to do. You just got to find a way to deal with it and move on, and not closing a book. It's putting a bookmark in it. You can always go back.
Starting a new chapter. Yeah. It's like standing in the rejuvenating lakes of Lake Minnetonka. Here.
Purify yourself.
Purifying waters of Lake Minnetonka. Here for everyone. After that little sad bit of depression, if you're suffering depression, watch this. Yeah. For those listening and not watching, it is. I will put this on the website underneath the video of our.
It's the best thing
show,
ever.
so it
is the best thing.
I don't know who made it, but it's going to link to their YouTube anyway. So it's outstanding. It's fantastic. It's the best thing ever. I'm going to put it on my Facebook later, and I'm going to tweet it out just so this person gets credit, because it's a great edit. The last one is the best.
The Death Star.
What's so great about that is because he moves so fast and the explosion is so slow.
How did he find the vent when he spun?
There's just enough of a hesitation of it just sitting there, and then boom. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We will be back next week. Again, I don't know what the show will be about at that point, but we'll figure it out. Whether we have a topic or we're just chit-chatting, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as we put something out and we're all hanging out, having a good time. That's really all I want this podcast to be about, is us hanging out, talking about the things we love, the things we like to do. As you can see behind all of us, these are the things we love, the things we geek out about, and that's why we call these geek out episodes. Because we're talking about the things that we stay up till 2 a.m. to watch. We would stand in line to see midnight showings of, if they still did such a thing. We wake up at all hours of the day to go stand in line at Target to get the Funko exclusive.
By the way, did you get the two belts, Becky?
No.
What? Yeah, I'll say it offline. Off mic.
What did I miss out on? Jesus Christ! I don't get enough emails as it is, and
two belts, Becky from Target.
Funko or
Funko Pop.
See that right there? That's the Hobgoblin. I finally found him. Awesome.
Nice.
I've got some Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures on my way next week sometime. Anyway, but yeah, these are the things we love, the things we talk about every week. Whatever we have a topic or not, we'll be here. And I will try to do my best to post the audio version quicker than I have been. I've been kind of lazy on that. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Tell your loved ones you love them. Tell people you don't know you love them.
Be good.
Why not?
Good. Be good to each other. There's a lot of hate.
That's right.
Be good. Be good.
I was playing the game I play, which is Grand Theft Auto roleplay. And people would walk into the hospital. I'm an EMS worker in this character. People walk into the hospital, and so I say, "Welcome to Pillbox," because the name of the hospital. I love you. I say it to everybody, and they're like, "What if you say that?" And it just so happened the first 3 people I said it to were women. And this guy's like, "What's going to happen if you say it to someone who's not single or with their boyfriend?" Like, I'm going to say I love you to him too. I'm not saying it to try to get laid or get a date. I'm saying it to just spread positivity. What if not everybody wants to be loved? Well, then they can fuck off. Like, I'm going to say it to whoever I want. Why are you arguing with me about this? It's positive thinking, you asshat.
You can go one way or another. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. All right. That's our show this week. Again, thank you so much. And like Tom said, be good to each other. Take care of each other. Just be nice. And we'll see you next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.